for their key takeaways or their final thoughts. Scott, we went to you first. Perhaps you want to lead us off with a few of your key takeaways.
I think the key takeaway here in my mind is that, I'm going to focus mostly on the telehealth and security side, that, these are new technologies and ways of doing business that, have now become more the norm than the exception. And now that there have been some flexibility allowed during this crisis to facilitate the use of these technologies, as long as you take proper steps to comply with the good faith requirements. My main takeaway is that at some point this is going to end, and it is probably advisable that sooner rather than later, healthcare providers and covered entities using these new forms of providing healthcare ensure that they're moving towards a fully HIPAA compliant solution and practices.
Thank you so much, Christine. We then heard from you. Perhaps you want to close us out with a few of your key takeaways.
Sure, absolutely. I think the main thing, as Scott said, this will come to an end at some point. I think we might see different iterations of this crisis and this public health emergency over time. So I think it's important to stay flexible and make sure that your compliance posture is taking into account sort of the latest and greatest, both in terms of the severity and the urgency of the crisis, as well as sort of these longer term needs, and that there's a touch point where you're continuously sort of assessing and reassessing where the guidance is, where your institution is, and what procedures you need to put in place to ensure that you're both addressing the COVID-19 treatment needs and also ensuring that your compliance program is in good shape.